Hi. Hi, y'all. Okay, so this is going to be a really quick video. Someone asked me to go ahead and talk about the Notre Dame fire, Notre Dame Cathedral fire. And I'm just going to go real quick, but it was weird because the night before that happened, Layla and Sasha, my daughters, had the same type of dream that something was being exploded or burned. Like Layla said, there was a building that looked like a school that exploded. And then Sasha said that there was like a door or something being pushed in a building or what, I don't know. But they both had a weird dream about like a big building, and which was very strange. So then later on that day the fire happened, and then everyone started telling me about it, and I was like, oh yeah, well, it makes sense. um I think exactly seven, well, not exactly, but 7 years ago, the Ninjas in Paris song came out with Jay-Z and Kanye. And if you watch the video, at around the 3 minute and 2 second mark, you'll see the Notre Dame Cathedral go up in smoke on the little screen behind the stage. So that was put there already. It's also Notre Dame means Our Lady, and the spire or the little steeple on the church represents the masculine, or the phallic symbol, and it fell. So it's like the burning tower on the tarot card. you know um it has to be torn down to be rebuilt. So it's also a symbol for feminine, um and rebuilding of this entire structure of patriarchy or matriarchy. It also represents the old going away so that the new can come in. It also represents, Our Lady, or our Mother Earth, is getting ready to get hot and be reformed and rebuilt with feminine energy. It also represents, the window that it was famous for. It looked like a mandala or a portal, different dimensions. It also is right next to a river. And it's interesting that Chris Brown released his video like a week or a couple days before the fire. And he was in Paris dancing with all black on. And he says, "Take me to the river." And he is looking at a portal in the shape of a circle on the ground. So I'm not sure if he probably was in the computer simulated, but I don't think he was actually in the church, but it looked like he was in something similar on that video. And Chris Brown never wears all black. That's not his style. Like, that was a message. Wearing something all black is an omen for, um, power, death, destruction. And then his name is Chris, which is Christ or Christos. So then we have that. Then he was talking about love. In the Bible, or in biblical symbolism, fire equates to God's love. Okay, so that's what it is. And it was right around the same time when he was falsely accused of rape. And at the beginning of the video, he was coming out of a building, and like all these paparazzi were like asking him a lot of personal questions, or questions, and he was like, whatever. So when he says, back to love, it represents um, symbolically fire. So then, like, the entire world watched that. So it sent also a subconscious and a subliminal message to a lot of people that we're getting ready to be renewed. The old is going away, the new is coming in. And then Donald Trump, when he first hears about the news, they cut to him while he's in Burnsville, literally spelled Burns, Burns, Ville, Minnesota. And so the newscaster says, joining us from Burnsville, Minnesota, President Trump. I mean, you can't get any more obvious than that. So it was said that the fire started in the attic right here. Okay. If you are a church, which you are, the temple, if your fire started here, that represents also your third eye opening, your kundalini energy being activated. And so there it is, the roof is caving in, the spire has fell, da 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 da. Yeah, it's over, All I don't know if all the relics were burnt, but in that church supposedly there was the crown of thorns that Jesus wore and a part of the cross, some of the wood from the cross that was there. Um, Probably a bunch of other relics that were taken without permission and things like that. I think there's a crypt underneath. I don't think the crypt was disturbed, but if you have any information about that part, I don't know, but definitely woke up probably some of those dead energies for sure. Um, and also, in the book of Enoch and in Revelations, it always talks about how, the church is going to be rebuilt. And it also talks about how all things that were built on oppression will fall. So I think that's what's kind of happening right now, but in a more symbolic way. Like everything that you read in Book of Enoch or the Bible or any prophecy, it always seems worse than what it really truly is. Um, so it always seems worse than what it really truly is. Thank goodness. So I feel like, this was one of the things that were supposed to happen in April, according to the Book of Enoch. But I think there's one more thing that's going to happen. It's supposed to be something that we're all going to see as far as, let me see, what was that? Basically, it's saying the visions of the people that were prophets are going to start to be seen. The prophecies are going to start to be fulfilled, basically, this April. And that was one of them, of course. And also, so that's going to be interesting to see, right? The crown was invaded in a glass ring that was covered in ash, but it's safe. Okay. Yes, I heard about the mosque. Well, the whole point is, personally, I don't believe that that crown or that piece of wood came from anywhere but the forest or an old horse cart. But for those that do believe, I'm sure they're glad that it's safe. Um, so whatever y'all got, whatever props that they had, whatever, it doesn't bother me. That's not what the video is about. It's not about religion. So, um, you know, the top of it burnt off. Okay. And, someone was also saying that people, millionaires and billionaires, are promising money to fix and repair and restore this church, but still children starve daily. This will also be the other message. You're going to pay millions and upon millions of dollars to fix an old raggedy Gothic church that been burnt down while other people starve, who are the true church. So that in itself is the test. Nobody cares about that dumb church. Do they pay you? No. Was it fun to see? I'm sure, but I'd rather see the pyramids. Pyramids ain't never caught on fire or burnt. Um, so my thing is they should just let the whole thing burn and start over. And instead of giving that money to rebuild some crap that obviously is not the answer, they need to be giving it to some kids or some sick people or trying to figure out how to cure this or trying to figure out how to do that. But they're going to put money back into an old building that can just be destroyed again. So instead of doing the right thing, they're going to do the stupid thing, um, which is pretty sad. But that's okay. That's the world we live in. That's why it had to be destroyed. Meanwhile, this was already said that this was already planned. This was a planned thing. This was not an accident. It was already orchestrated. It had been being set up for a long time. Even Roseanne on her channel was talking about a witch is going to burn. And that's the church where Joan of Arc was, what do you call it? Something where they said she was like saintly or something. I don't know. So when they burned her, basically. But it basically is just not that important. Maybe to people that live in France, but to the rest of the world, we see the bigger picture. Like, oh, okay, a building, oh, starving children. Oh, these people just had 1,000 tornadoes come through. Oh, these people are flooding and drowning over here. Oh, these children are prostituting themselves so their mom can eat and sisters and brothers can eat. But no, give money to that church. You know, that's more important. So the church has lost its meaning, its value, and its purpose. That's why it's probably not going to. No one really goes to church anymore, anyway. So it's just a relic now. That's all it is. Hmm. That building used to be a center of healing and technology. That knowledge was withheld and hidden to do wrong things. I'm sure it has. So it's no longer what it was once created for. So there's no use to restore it. Um, that's how I feel about it. But I mean, I understand that people value history and art but instead of people. But that's fine. I understand. It's obviously more important. Hmm. Um, I don't think it symbolizes the fall for the West. I think it symbolizes the fall of the church and the masculine rule of the planet. And we're getting ready to go into a feminine rule or into the mirror dimension on the right side. So I think it's symbolic for that, and also symbolic what's to come this summer for Earth. It's going to get real hot. It's going to be a lot of change, a lot of change. I was watching Kanye's Sunday service, and they snuck in Will Smith's "Summertime" song and made it into a Sunday service song. I'll call it. So, "Summertime." Then Childish Gambino has a song called "Summertime," and then a lot of people are talking about the summer. Something's coming in the summer, baby. And you know what it is? It's fire, hotter than July. It says it in here. It's gonna get hot, blindingly. The sun is gonna be blinding, and it's gonna be super hot, at least 14 degrees hotter than the normal summers. Combine that with 5G, no good. Lots of fires. It's gonna be hot. People are gonna start going crazy. You're gonna see more violence, more suicide, more meat contamination. Um, just a lot of stuff that you're seeing now, but probably like 10 times worse. You see a lot of electricity problems because of the intense um, increase in temperatures. But, the church needs to be repaired. I'm sure that, like, I already know I'm getting me a generator because I already know what's going to happen. I'm going to go buy me one. Um, I'm telling you, go get you a generator. You'll thank me later. And since they have to create the weather now, they have to fake tornado season and they have to fake hurricane season. So with their technology, it's not really something that is natural. So it's going to be more intense. It's going to be unbalanced. I think there were 72 tornadoes last weekend. That's crazy. And that was just in Texas and like 2 states surrounding. So when hurricane season comes and they have to make some fake hurricanes, you're going to have problems. When they have to pretend it's summertime and not block not block the sun every day with clouds because that's just not summer, it's going to get hot. Okay. So a lot of crops are probably going to fail as well. And blah, 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 blah. But the good thing is, if you have warning, you can stock up and get a generator, get you some water, and whatever happens, you'll always be prepared because this summer is going to be a huge change from last summer. Okay, because they keep talking about it, and you don't talk about something that much in music, on TV, in videos, make up new songs with old songs about the summertime. You don't keep doing that unless there's something that's coming. And it's even written in the book of Enoch what's coming in the summer: hot fire. Okay. Think about California, the burning season. If temperatures get super hot, it's going to be another huge wildfire. So, be careful, think smart, understand that whole church thing was the first warning of things to come very soon. Okay. Californians love their sun, right? But they don't love them fires. And that's not all that's there, y'all. Y'all have to know that they have that thing that shoots gamma rays that starts fires. Okay. Y'all remember that? The death ray or whatever they call it? That's probably how the church fire started. So, you know, gamma ray. I call it gamma ray. That's what it is. Anyway, I thought I would just do a quick video and break that down for y'all. If y'all have anything else to add that I missed, don't hesitate to put in the comments. Okay. Thank y'all. I'll see y'all later. There's solar power generators. Okay, I'm gonna look for that, Melanie. Thank you.